Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one. This one has been in my list of possible artifact sites for a while, but the profile didn't quite match. Now that we've gotten more artifacts, the similarities are as clear as day. Alright, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open. No, just need to follow your scanner to the real destination. Might be a boot's journey, but that's the explorer's lot sometimes. And from there, maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all. That anomaly is a damn sight bigger. Jaw the words another time, then.
We're free and clear for flight.
Landing gear is ready. Site is clear.
Do not like the cold. sticking to joints. Always weird sometimes.
Are they moving? They seem to react to us. Are you all right? We need to get you back to the lodge. What is it? Until next time.
course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are clear.
Security here is so visible. I suppose it makes people more comfortable. Most people, anyway. Again, who do you think will be the first to ask us questions? Mateo or Noel?
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it? Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time. Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then. You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the eye to pinpoint the source. Don't think it's just fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
If you have a moment, I have something I'd like to discuss.
I would be more useful to you aboard your ship than idling here, awaiting tasks.
Please see the Leonas, it is still alive.
Captain, I have been idling and awaiting my next...
I have something for you.
This is Research Outpost U-309 to any and all Freestar Collective craft. We are under heavy fire. Hostile spacers are overrunning our position on Altair 2. I'm not sure how much longer our...
Time to park this stuff.
We don't have much time. Private Mahoney out.
I have been idling and...
have something for you.
This is Research Outpost U-309 to any and all Freestar Collective craft. We are under heavy fire. Hostile spacers are overrunning our position on Altair 2. I'm not sure how much longer our outpost can hold on. We don't have much time. Private Mahoney out. You can't win this!
We got to resume our patrol.
glad it is in your hands.
Where are we off to this time, Captain? Hell of a view from here.
Sore. One too many squats. Forgot to check the math on a few equations. The brain's long con. Stretches the mind to the far ends. Not sure neat is the word. Heart-stopping might be closer to the mark. Won't put the fault to you there. When you're outside all-known understanding of how things work, best to keep smiling. Anyway, we'll be with you as we all figure what this means. Artifacts sure keep being a showboat of surprises. Lucky I noticed a pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here.
advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Gave up. Spend so much time looking at the scans. Found one. Easy as a needle in the stack. Hope those powers you're getting to overinflate you. Got enough egos in Constellation. Sorry. Was doing the tally's work in my head. Inventory on the station. Next supply run. Still need to lift another set today. Been dragging. Shoulder stiff.
We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was? Then it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it. Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? It is hard to argue, but the implications... I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects? How can any of us know what will happen? This is the definition of unprecedented, is it not? A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts, that temple, this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. You are right. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here. The city certainly projects.
Let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Oh, sorry. Never regretted coming. Lucky I noticed the pattern.
Landing site is clear. Let's head down.
colonies might disagree.
This is United Colonies. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
And we're docking. And complete.
Never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got... Lucky I know...
Everything checks out. Being initiated.
Yes, you need me? You do not need to ask me. You might find it absurd, but honestly, the Lodge, I have never been surrounded by such a remarkable group of people, present company included. It has been a very long time since I have been someplace that could possibly feel like home. There are worlds beyond count out there, but that feeling is rare and precious. I have done so in the past, when necessary, but I am not the best pilot, and it seems prudent to apply my skills where they are most useful. Lately, that means aiding you, and that, I think, has worked out very well. Honestly, I cannot answer that. So many years have been driven by survival in intense circumstances. Leisure time has been in short supply, and I suppose I have conditioned myself to not think about it much. I do enjoy combat training, though I suppose that is hardly the answer you are looking for. You have given me something to consider. Thank you for that. Very good.
To be scanned for contraband. Scan complete. All clear to land in New Atlantis.
Air pressure, seals, ship integrity, all good.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Spin so much... Gave up my room in the lodge so Andreja had a place to call her own. Nothing yet. Still poring over the charts.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
The effort to make this place livable is astounding. No end what can be accomplished, and there are credits to be made.
We'll take good care of your ship.
Hey, you should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked. Looks to me like you've already... You the courier? I've been expecting you. Star Parcel has your payment right here. Anything else you need?
Yes?
Landing now.
I will never grow weary of seeing places like this.
First gotten run I ever pulled was a large cargo freighter, hauling kitchen and cupboard, food and other goods meant for homes. A fine test for a rook back then. Nothing like feeling the key's belly to earn nods from the old knives. Went knuckle to bone with the freighter's crew straight away. Thought I was just eager to show myself off. Make sure my crew knew I was dangerous, even unarmed. Looking back, think I just wanted to know that I was taking the prize the fair one's way. Give them a chance to fight for it. But even telling yourself you're winning it from someone is a break on a dark road. Every take was a smile on my face, knowing that I was better, stronger, and quiet moments to feel guilt's reflection were easily shattered when you know the UC is always hunting you.
would not wish to make too many assumptions about where the credits for all this came from, but it seems that crime does indeed pay.
Memory's fault comes through on the exact time, but my career in the fleet took a turn as the UC stepped up its efforts. Not the first or last time they tried to wash the bloody tab. Caught a smile being with the crew whose captain took the challenge to play smart. If every breach and storm was a fight to the death, might as well make it for the highest stakes. And why not take the time to learn all the locks and bolts? Crack the systems that held the treasures? Learn the routes between stars that would become the best places to go. I never read so many books in my days as when I was gearing the brain for a heist. Soon enough, I found myself just reading whenever time's moments could spare. Captain died, I knew my days with the fleet were marching to the cliff's end. I was already considered an old jackalbones, scaring the new rooks on the fact that I was still alive. Grimm's laughing reminder that most of them wouldn't make it to my age. Tossing my youth away on gutting haulers for the fleet was one thing, but watching another generation doing the same, knowing where the end was for them, my mind started clocking hours on the point of it all. And that's when the beauty of the Blackest Sea started to catch me for the first time. Humanity's jaunt into the stars could use a friendlier meeting than gun and blade. And who could do better good out there than someone who had seen the darkest edges and lived to tip your ear to the tale? any promises to shine light on the details, but I cashed out from the fleet. Bought an old hauler and converted it into a flying traveler's inn. Even named it the Jolly Roger as a bit of history's chuckle. We sputtered around the settled systems as best we could, helping the helpless. A safe harbor for anyone who needed it. Eventually, retired from that as well. Had too much of the past, still needed burying. Didn't stop Sarah Morgan from finding me though, in her hunt for one of the historical relics I stole from the UC. Been a part of Constellation ever since. A third life in the making, and one with a mission worth the toil.
Hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered. Perhaps all this does come to one's Peace of mind, nothing else.
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an application today.
Ah, Neon. Instant sensory overload.
Hey, nobody stop that.
I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs?
What now? I'm in town for business. My client leaves a mess, I clean it up.
Ready to get zoned?
Oh, you know.
It's the world's most exotic accident. They found the drug in the fish oil of all things. But oil is an old story, one of grease and flame. The grease turns the wheels of commerce, and the flame attracts the moths. So be careful walking these streets, my delicate little insect. Venture too close, and you'll burn your wings. I'm an independent contractor, working for some very wealthy clients. They open deals, I close them. There might be. I originally came here to complete a business deal, but the client, in a fit of foolishness, decided to close on their own. Rather than dispose of the evidence properly, they left it in a warehouse. Real amateur stuff. So there are some loose ends that need tying, and I prefer a third party handle it. Would you be interested? It's a simple job. I need you to pick something up and sell it. Giving you any more information would be unwise. Cheers. We'll split my rate 50-50. For a job like this, I'm being more than generous. You'll find the merchandise in a locker in the warehouse behind Neon Tactical. Gangs in Ebside often use that area to peddle their sunshine and lollipops, so if shit's puckaroo, you'll have to improvise. Once you secure the merchandise, sell it to Coleman Lang at the Trade Authority, so it's part of their regular inventory. Return here when the job is done.
Something? If it's too hot to handle, then here I thought you were just waiting. Buzz off.
What is it? If you're here to report a crime, you're gonna have to deal with it yourself. Neon Security's all booked up for the day. Then it's your first time being in Neon. Right now, I'm dealing with a stabbing in Ebside, a junkie ready to toss himself off the platform, 2 robberies, and a stripped spaceship. So unless you're here to tell me that the trade tower is about to fall into the ocean, it can probably wait, right? Whoa, listen to the genius over here. What a good idea. I know what I'll do. I'll walk over to the edge of the platform and yell really loud for volunteers down at the ocean. Maybe some chasm bass will sign up. In case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly ask the Freestar Collective for help. We do things on our own. All right, move on. If you're here to report a crime, you're gonna have to deal with it yourself. Neon Security's all booked up. Oh, okay. Right now. So unless you're here to tell me that... I don't have time for this. Yeah? Well, that's probably why they stenciled this cute little emblem on my armor. See? It says Neon Security. You know, my job.
Well, this has been enlightening. Explains a great deal about Neon. Thank you for your time, officer.
Look, you've already wasted too much of my time. So why don't you take off and deal with your problems on your own? I don't know. You willing to pay me or what? What a coincidence. Nothing I can't stand more than a nosy civilian. Keep your nose clean, and we won't have aim. I don't know who got those. I don't know. Hey, look at that. My schedule just cleared up. I actually have plenty of time to talk. Amazing. What do you want? Sorry, I've heard Neon Security called a lot of things, but never the law. I guess you could say we enforce the rules just enough to keep the city from falling apart. But we're really here as Bayou's private army. You can find the Freestar Rangers in the city, but they're smart enough to keep their heads down and their hands clean. If you're looking for law and order, you're not gonna find it in Neon. Neon is Bayou's house. Nothing happens in the city without his blessing. Doesn't matter if you're a sewer rat or a millionaire, you answer to him just the same. And you better answer with cash, or he won't lift a finger. Screw with the guy or try to complain to a higher authority, and I can personally promise to you that he'll make you disappear. But if you're pulling in cash and you're smart enough to let him shave a little off the top, he'll look the other way. Important. Aurora is the lifeblood of Neon, and anyone that disagrees is either delusional or a liar. Bayou is literally pulling gold out of the sea. He's got everyone hooked on the stuff and has a stranglehold on the prices. The man's a genius. He actually had enough clout to convince the entire Freestar Collective that a highly addictive narcotic can be legalized. And between you and me, I don't even touch the stuff. But I'll be damned if I don't enjoy the money it brings in. Watch yourself. I have my eyes on you.
Better not be. Yeah.
There is little question that Ryujin has some influence here in Neon. I wonder how Mr. Bayou feels about that.
Good balance. Weight. Allied Armaments is a UC company, but their stuff is military grade. But that is not the issue here. That gun is hotter than a frying pan full of fish grease. I'm not giving you anywhere near market rate. You done here? Time to move on. Need to move some merch. This is the place. Not a bad gun. Good balance. Weight. Allied Armaments is a UC company, but their stuff is military grade. But that is not the issue here. That gun is hotter than a frying pan full of fish grease. I'm not giving you anywhere near market rate. If you, find anything else, make sure you bring it to me.
Hey there, friend. Need something?
Hey there. Welcome to Newell's. Of course. I have a huge inventory to choose from. Watch your back out there.
Oh, yeah. Who's back?
You need to move some merch. But Daddy's not. Pleasure doing business with you. If you, find anything else?
Your human discovery. Step through the door. Don't make incredible and exclusive right now.
They're spread throughout the settled systems. Save it to your venue.
Then my client can finally relax. He's a very tense man, you see. Tried to smile once, years ago, and didn't like the fit. But I digress. Here's your payment, as promised. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Neil. Yes, but I never work with the same client twice. Call it a personal rule. May we live?
What has happened while we have been away?
Welcome back, Captain.
I really thought you'd understand where I'm coming from, Sam.
I think you're getting the wrong idea here.
So, you don't think I can do it? Well, okay, fine. Let's see what he says. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input.
I think it's more accurate to say that you and I have now both been cornered, but sure.
I'd like to, you know, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea.
Are you sure that's what he said, or is it just what you heard?
Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing.
Okay, since now you've been fully roped into this, let's all just take a step back. I had simply pointed out that if you take a look at Mateo, weightlifting isn't necessarily the first thing that comes to mind. I was wondering whether there might be a better option for him, and just sort of musing in general about the idea of sticking to things you're inclined to, versus going out and trying something completely new. Well, what's your take on it? You think it's better to stick to what you know, or to take any opportunity to try something that's maybe outside your comfort zone? Well, now I'm just talking more generally, philosophically, if you will. I feel like maybe you dodged the question there, but okay. Also, I bet you 10 credits Vlad said something similar.
Of course I'd be careful. Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers.
Hey, we'll support you no matter what. Just don't want to see you get hurt, is all. Where to begin? That temple? The hell was that? I've been from one end of the settle systems to the other more times than I could count. But I've never, and I mean never, encountered something like that. Who built it? Why? So many questions. Maybe centuries we've been looking for something definitive that says we're not alone out here. I just can't see the UC, Freestar Collective, or House Varun building that thing. The temple. Or maybe it's just some crazy gazillionaire's party temple. The ultra-rich do some seriously crazy things. Somehow I doubt it. That's a good word for it. And what you can do? I am not a scientist, not in the least. But that ability, power, it's just plain scientifically impossible. Then who is capable of something like that? Forget about me, how are you? I mean, whatever happened, it could have deep physiological effects. I hope not mental. And even if everything's perfect, still, I can't imagine what's going through your head. That's not disturbing. No, not at all. The other Constellation members are gonna lose their minds once they hear about this. Assuming they even believe us.
Captain, I believe your ship will perform more efficiently if you bring me on board. Let me know if I can be of assistance in the... future.
If you want to talk, hey, let me come back and visit me again.
bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this. You and me both. The implications are staggering. Obviously, we don't know anything for certain, at least not yet, but there sure seems to be a connection between these temples and the artifacts. So it would follow that someone, or something, built them. Both the temples and the artifacts. That alone is huge, isn't it? You said it, not me. I'll concede it's a possibility, but it's only 1 in a million. As much as we'd like to, we can't jump to conclusions just yet. I've been repeating it over and over in my head, like a mantra. If I don't, I know I'm gonna get carried away. We just need to focus on our next steps. More research, documenting our findings, and not jumping to conclusions, no matter how enticing that might be. Take care of yourself. Feel free to help yourself. You're doing great out there.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be... Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right? Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen. But we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around. Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that, for a variety of reasons. But I'll take it as a positive sign for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Stay safe, okay?
Not in a long time,
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning. A business meeting, of a sort at least. It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect. Oh, exceedingly. The free market there is in full effect. Anything goes as long as you have the money. We'll be taking advantage of that. That settles it then. We just need to make a few stops when we get to the city, and then the drinks will be on me.
As long as the drinking comes after the negotiation, or whatever this is going to entail.
It'll be easy, I promise. I'll ride passenger on your ship until we get to Neon. Just let me know when you're ready to set off. To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited. Once we get to Neon, I'll show you around my office there. It's exciting to see this little venture paying off, but we really do need to be careful. The artifacts were one thing, but this, well, we really need to keep this to ourselves. Can you imagine if word of this got out? If you thought it was a challenge to find artifacts, imagine doing it with everyone else in the settled systems vying for them as well. We need to figure out what this all means before someone else does. I guess we should be grateful we seem to be ahead of the pack, as it were. So far, no indications that anyone else has noticed what we're up to. Let's just hope that doesn't change with this newfound ability of yours. Until next time.
Some would say this place represents all the worst impulses of humanity.
Nice to see you. Welcome back. I'll see you later.
What's buzzing, cousin?
to see you again. Now that we have a moment, I wanted to ask how you're feeling. After your experience at the temple, you've given everyone at the lodge quite a scare. Why am I concerned? Let's think for a moment. Ah, yes. It isn't exactly an everyday occurrence to stumble across a mysterious temple and absorb some type of strange alien energy from within. I find that to be rather surprising. According to what I've heard, your body absorbed an almost unquantifiable amount of energy of a type we can't even begin to understand. We're dealing with something unknown to modern science. Who knows how this encounter has affected your body or your mind? Although I don't know the exact nature of the energy you absorbed, I'm fairly certain it means you no harm. I don't have any scientific data to back that up, so you'll just have to trust my intuition. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I know you're simply trying to brush this off with humor, but you really should act more concerned. That temple proves we're dealing with entities of unknown origin. The problem is that we can't even begin to guess what their intention was towards us and where they've gone. It's a possibility I've considered, but I'm not 100% convinced. The only thing we can be certain of is that the technology we've encountered points to beings that live outside the settled systems. Perhaps. It's just that... Oh, I'm afraid that we're flying almost completely blind here. All we know for certain at this point is that whoever created the artifacts are the same beings that built the temple. Anything else is just guesswork. I might as well put on a blindfold and toss darts at theories written on the wall. As far as Constellation's concerned, you're the first human we're aware of that's ever encountered one of these places. Now, whether you consider that lucky or not, that's another matter entirely. Oh, believe me, this is positively exhilarating. Think about the significance of this research. The questions it raises alone are mind-boggling. Who was this wondrous structure built to accommodate? How long ago did these entities inhabit our universe? Are they still out there, somewhere? Perhaps. We'll need more data to be sure. It's funny. I used to think the artifacts were the end-all be-all of scientific discovery, the pinnacle mystery of our time. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead to something of this magnitude. I just hope that you'll come through this, whatever it is, unharmed. Well, yes, of course you are. I was speaking of the power you've acquired. This is all scientifically speaking, of course. Look, I've already taken up too much of your time. All I can do is promise that I'm not going to make you deal with this mystery alone. Whatever might be happening, I'll be right here to help you every step of the way.
Dusty! Dusty! Dusty!
I'm ready to... Happy you're here, Captain. Ask away, Captain. Oh, I know plenty. If she's anything like me, her favorite color's red, she doesn't like coffee, and she prefers her hair short. I'm just pulling your leg, Captain. Amelia Earhart was a famous pilot from the United States. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. It's a real shame about what happened to her. You know the story of her death, don't you? Gosh, it's a real sad story. She died during one of her flights. She was trying to become the first woman to circumnavigate Earth in a plane. Things went haywire over the Pacific Ocean, though. She crashed somewhere out there and was never seen again. Her death got a lot of attention because she was such a famous pilot. Folks still don't know exactly what happened to her. A pilot's worst fear has got to be running out of fuel over the ocean. I can't imagine how scared she must have been the last couple hours she was alive. I actually think it's a real shame her death got so much attention. She had an inspiring life, too. Most people don't give her enough credit for it. But I guess that's what happens when your disappearance turns into one of history's greatest mysteries. You'll get a kick out of this. She was friends with Eleanor Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt's wife. Roosevelt actually recognized me when we woke up on Crucible. The two of them shared a lot of the same views on women's rights. Amelia believed women were capable of just as much as men, and she fought to prove it. Her determination is what inspires me the most. She never gave up on following her dream to explore, even when the odds were against her. I've always looked up to her for that. It's what inspired me to ask you to bring me along on your trip, even though I'd never left Crucible before. Oh, I'm sure she would have just loved it. The ultimate dream for any explorer is to go somewhere no one's ever been before. And there are plenty of those in space. I don't know if she would have settled for being a co-pilot, though. Even to a great captain like you. Gosh, I hope so. She left behind some big shoes to fill. You mean her disappearance? You know, Roosevelt once asked me the same question. Sorry, but I don't know any more than anyone else. I've heard plenty of batty theories, though. Some people think her navigator sabotaged the flight. Some people think she survived. Some people even think aliens did it. As for me, I think she died in the crash. Lord knows flight instruments back then were shaky at best. I think she went down in the Pacific and was never found. I hope she's resting peacefully now. She's earned it. She worked hard, left a big fingerprint on history. It's an honor to carry on her legacy. What's on your mind? At least Roosevelt's a decent guy. I trust him to not go blowing away any cities or toppling any governments. But I'm glad I won't be dragged into it. As far as I know, yes. Crucible's not on any maps, so most travelers don't have a way to find us. It made living there a real drag for a curious guy like me. All I ever wanted was a taste of life outside Crucible. I even tried leaving the facility to see if I could find other people a few times. I never made it far, of course. Curiosity killed the cat and all. But at least it kept me from losing my marbles until you came knocking at Crucible's door. Wasn't learning, per se. It was the facility's doing. It made sure we all had the skills we'd need to survive if we made it out of Crucible. It taught us things that the people we were cloned from might have known. For me, that meant anything and everything to do with modern starships. I thought that'd make me a natural in the pilot's seat. But it's one thing to know something, and another thing to do it. I have more to learn than I thought. Not a lick. I didn't have access to a starship until you showed up at Crucible. I'd never even been to space when we met. Well, not that I remember. Technically speaking, the Galathea spent a couple centuries in space with my data on it. Think of it this way. The computer taught me what G-forces are, but it couldn't teach me what it would feel like to experience them in the cockpit. Technology's changed a lot since the Galathea left Earth, too. It seems like most of what I know is a tad outdated. Maybe that suits me, though. I am a relic of ancient history, after all. That's a swell outlook, Captain. I'm glad I have a seasoned pro like you showing me the ropes. The real Amelia had a lot more training than I do, and things still turned out rotten for her. If you say so. The real Amelia did a lot of interviews in her life. It's fun to try my hand at them, too.
Talk to me, my dear friend. So, you gotta fill me in on what happened at the temple. What happened? What did you see? I've seen a lot, but I'm just one person. There are more worlds out there than I could ever physically visit. Then what happened? I heard you did some stuff and then you changed. Okay, good. I like the positivity here. Keep that up. You encountered advanced technology that altered your biology in a way that results in what? Superpowers? I could call it that weird thing that you do, but it does seem like a mouthful. Enough. Maybe we can run some tests later. Anyway, thanks for filling me in on the temple and your power. I wonder if we can find any more traces of whoever built them. Just opens up a world of questions. It's so exciting. Ah, my friend. Dish. Yep. Here. Have this. Hey, now the party can get started. Finally. Of course. I'm here if you need me. Just say the word. You've got my under... What can I say? It's been marvelous. Closer? Are you saying what I think you're saying? Because that's a huge step. A little tired, maybe?
So, If I can help you with anything, just say the word. Oh, you're going to make... I feel so lucky to be with someone like you. Take care of yourself.
I tried Aurora once. I did not enjoy the experience. Here, I have something for you. Yes, well, it seemed like a good idea. I saw it earlier and thought you might like it. Or find it useful. Or, well, whatever. Of course. We are partners, are we not? I will keep an eye out in the future. And if I see something, I might hold on to it for you.
Did you need something?
Yes, of course. Thank you for asking.
Is that it, then?
Smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass. A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source has far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice. Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora. We need to stop by the Stroud-Eklund offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this. The Stroud-Eklund offices are in the trade.
Bye.
Walter is very proud of his business. And he should be. His ships are very high quality.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes. Allow me to bust you in, sir. You know, Mr. Stroud? You are so lucky. I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis.
Walter. Issa. Shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake? Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner. And you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding. Co-CEO, heir to the Eklund fortune, and somewhere down there I'm his wife, yes.
Didn't know our marriage was such a low priority.
Oh, it jumps up the list at the right moments. Oh, aren't you lovely? Walter, wherever did you meet your new friend? I'm jealous.
A colleague from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers. My partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much. Who was it again, Walter? The founder of Constellation?
Sebastian Banks, his final address before he disappeared. I merely found a group of like-minded individuals. Just like all of us.
I have not been part of Constellation as long as some, but from what I have seen, I would not call that an inaccurate description.
Can we move on?
I know. It's my favorite hobby. Now, why are you here, my dear? The board meeting isn't for a while, and our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Oh, this wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astro Lounge, would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust? Oh, just some light sparring, dear. Walter's actually very attentive when it's just the two of us.
When you mix business and family, you learn to compartmentalize.
A remarkably insecure location for a clandestine meeting.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly. I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
You're still so tense. Normally, once we're alone, your shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see your mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains, I assure them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayo, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love. Good luck with your investigation. I realize.
We'll settle the accounts while you investigate.
You're doing Constellation.
Save it for someone who gives a damn.
How'd you like to hitch your wagon to a celebrity star? That's right. I deserve better. Say, kid, that's right. Bummer. Who knew? Well, I throw an all right. 'Cause I just quit my own. I'll be damned. Look at you. There's just one more thing I'd like to discuss, my salary. You'll be back.
Yeah? Excuse me. Yes?
So, what'll it be today? The Astro Lounge is one of the safest places in all of Neon. Security is hand-picked from the finest officers in the city. Private meetings are usually held in the floor above, just to use the elevators. Then I would say you'd be interested in the Astro Lounge VIP package. For a reasonable fee, our security can be your security. Enjoy the lounge.
Do it again.
Something to drink? The Astro Lounge. Then I would say you'd be... We do strive for setting the most reasonable rate. Yeah, I'm sorry, but promises... Bullets flying would certainly be bad for the club's reputation. Well, I think we can certainly offer a discounted rate for you, if you were still interested. Excellent. Let me just apply that discount we discussed, and done. We do hope your meeting goes to your satisfaction. Hope to see you again.
Nothing like
makes them all roll.
You know, I went to chef school.
This ain't exactly where I saw.
Yes? Are we done? Good.
The music is amazing!
You don't.
If you're wondering what that smell is.
Everything you could possibly want.
Just want to say again, I'm grateful for the... If you have a moment, say hello to my wife, Rosa. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Information isn't usually free. New intel, new transaction. Take it or leave it. Easy, friend. Not looking for trouble. Rather be paid now. Just want to say again. Dietrich's been great at the meetings. Maybe I did. Information. All right, all right. Just ease up. Okay. I don't know much. But I did have one of my freelancers tail the seller back to his place. Sleep Crate 1. Let me write down the unit for you. I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
And accessories for all your...
This is our year. Absolutely.
Too bad I can't split.
One of our advanced teller machines.
Don't make my job any harder.
Any luck out there? Excellent. Good work. Let's head to the Astral Lounge. Goodbye, my dear. See you at the next board meeting?
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on this little operation, just in case. Good luck, all of you.
Enjoy your visit to the trade tower. Hi there. Welcome to the trade tower.
That's nothing new. Place is a dump.
Maybe we should set up one post.
All right, we're here. Now, I don't know what the cellar looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them. Larger than normal. Big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers. It's not like people who trade in stolen goods are eager to share personally identifying information. Are they?
Code phrases?
Under different circumstances, Walter, I think you might have made an adequate smuggler.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator. The cellar. Remember, you're representing all of us.
Love the vibe in this city.
Right now. Unbelievably good. Oh, wow. I think I'm zoned. I actually did it. Thanks. I do believe congratulations are in order. Now I'm wondering what other unearthly delights I've missed out on.
There's nothing in this galaxy better than Aurora. It's peak neon. But you could change your look, my guy. Get a fresh cut, some fits, maybe some ink too.
Oh, a haircut and a tattoo is a great idea. I need something to mark my transformation. My fiance's name, Erika. To be honest, before I came here, I was having cold feet. Frozen feet, really. If you went to the creek system and took the temperature of the polar ice caps, that's how cold my feet were. But now, I'm 100% convinced she's the right woman for me. A more cautious man might agree. I used to be that man. Not anymore. I'm going to zone in and do a little dancing. He'll get the neurons firing. Then it's off to Enhance for a full makeover. I can't wait for my fiancé to meet Miguel 2.0. I believe I have zoned. Well, that's what's so exciting. I don't know.
You're finally free, my guy.
Not just free, I'm gonna be enhanced. You sound like my mother. Don't worry, my new friend Dios. Am I saying that right? Dios? Dado?
Close enough, my dude.
Yeah, so my dude over here is making sure I'm not overextending myself. If I show even the slightest sign of brain damage, I've told him to drag me over to Reliant Medical immediately. Aurora's a miracle.
Ooh, velocity, all love.
This place is insane!
Hi, having fun?
That is a wonder to behold.
I haven't felt so guilty since I was a kid. I haven't felt so guilty since I was a kid.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Howdy.
Okay. Hello.
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking? Oh, really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me. I have a meeting to get to. I think you do, too.
just saw our cellar walk by. Good job. That's not surprising. This is a deal over stolen property, after all. Anything could go wrong. Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound? That's why you're here. Hopefully our combined countenance will be enough, but grabbing the artifact and running is an option. Just do me a favor and treat it as a last resort. I have a reputation.
What are you looking at?
So you're Stroud. You look different in So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting, making me nervous. So polite. Almost makes me forget what planet I'm on.
Am I to assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah, here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind, and I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in?
You trying to steal from me?
As you can see, we're in control. Take advantage of our generosity. Take the money.
All right. Okay. It's all yours. Hope I never see any of you people ever again.
We have it. This couldn't have gone better. Well done.
I want about the orphan.
So you're...
Our public relation.
Your security here? So polite.
Am I to assume?
Yeah.
Well...
One of a kind.
I have the amount. Now how am
I don't know. What the? Security!
As you can see, we're in control. Take advantage of our generosity. Take the money.
All right. Okay. It's all yours.
You don't need...
So you're...
Our public relations.
Your security here? So polite.
Am I to assume that briefcase?
Yeah.
Well...
One of a kind.
I have the amount. Now how am
I don't know. Not my problem.
It is if you leave empty-handed. We came here in good faith. Now honor our previous agreement.
You either figure out a way to give me what I want, or I walk out of here right now. I leave now. I can get a jump start on the people after me, instead of you all wasting my time.
You'd be on your way already if you just take the money I'm offering you and shut up. What's it going to be? Take or walk?
All right, you win. Hand over the money. This thing is all yours.
Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home, shall we?
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now. It's my employer's property. That's all I need to know. You gonna make me shoot you? I'm listening. Nobody wants that. I'm trying to be reasonable here. I hear you. Huh. All right. But Nicholas Slayton isn't a man you want after you. Good luck with that.
Sending on men to the Astral Lounge. Slayton must be serious about getting the artifact back. We'd better get off the planet quickly.
Slayton wants you dead. I would hop on the first ship out of here you could find.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He's greased a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out. The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters. The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets. Agreed. Have a talk with the man himself.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.